Welcome to the part 10 of data protection compliance course. We discussed different key concepts in the previous parts. If you have not watched those parts, please go and watch those videos. In this part, we will discuss the possible cases related to the processing of sensitive personal data of the data subject. Please subscribe this channel and share the whole course, all the parts with your friends and colleagues or circle who are in the compliance profession or who are going to pursue their career in the compliance domain. And you can share this course with the persons or professionals who are working in the internal controls, internal audit, risk management, information security, etc. So let's discuss what are the possible cases of processing the sensitive personal data. Data subjects explicit written consent to process the data should always be there whenever the data processing is to be performed. Data subject means the individual to whom the data belongs, and the data processor is the individual or organization or entity that actually use the information obtained from the data subject. So there should be the explicit written consent of the data subject for use of the data. Processing is necessary to carry out legal obligations on the part of data controller. So there might be cases where there might be some legal obligations on the part of the data controller. Data controller means the organization that collected the personal data of the data subject. So like for example, under the employment law, the organization collects the personal data and information of the person who is going to join the organization as an employee. So there might be some obligations under the employment law which the organization like the data controller should have to perform. So the processing then would be performed if there is a legal or regulatory requirements, like for example under the employment law. Processing is necessary, but data subject is physically or legally incapable of giving consent. So you can think of the situation where the data processing is necessary, like there might be some legal obligations or there might be some policy compliance requirements where the processing of the information collected from the data subject is necessary, but the data subject or the individual to whom the data belongs is either physically not capable of providing the consent, or legally there might be some restrictions on him or her to give the consent. So in that case, processing would be performed. And again, this course is for educational purposes. This is not for any education particular organization or institution or for any particular country. So and this is just to provide you the concepts related to the processing of the data. Processing becomes necessary for insurance in insurance cases, like in the case of life or health insurance policies. So the data might be processed in those cases as well. Processing is necessary to pursue or defend a legal claim, like for example if there is any court order to process the information, then in that case the information would be processed. Or if there is any legal claim and the legal claim requires the processing of the personal information, that and the legal requirements would be followed, then to comply with the obligations on the data controller by law would also be considered. So please subscribe this channel and share the video with your colleagues, and let's move on to the next part of this course, data protection compliance.